So we're gonna do a core workout now. I don't usually post core workouts. I do sprinkle core exercises into a few of my, other body workouts throughout the week. A lot of things involve your core, guys, so you don't need to spend an entire day dedicated to core, 30, 45 minute, an hour session dedicated to your core. It's just not necessary. Your core is just like any other muscle. For it to be stimulated and stressed and then adapt and recover, it's gonna take about 10, 15 sets per week. So sprinkling in a few at the end or in the middle of every other workout that you do throughout the week is totally fine. You don't need a day dedicated to core. But what I will say is you need to learn how to properly activate your core. So that's what we're going to spend the first minute or so going through. So just stay with me, okay? To activate your core, you basically need to bring it in like this. So you're pulling everything together. Your core is all this. So it goes from your back all the way up to the front. So it's the whole cage, right? So we need to learn how to properly just like bring it in and tighten it up. So how you do that is the easiest way to do it is to breathe out. I don't know if you can hear me, but breathe out. And as you're breathing out, this core is tightening up. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I expand it to then show you how to bring it in, so that will kind of help. And this is a type of breathing, it's called TVA breathing. It's really good for people that are pregnant or postpartum. It really helps to bring those abs together, but everybody should know how to do this. Okay, and it's not sucking in, it's bringing everything in and up almost, okay? So I'm gonna show you from the side. So if I fill up my stomach with air, so I'm breathing in right now, right? And you see my stomach expand. And now I'm gonna exhale. So as I'm exhaling, I can still talk, but my stomach is flexed right now. So as you're exhaling, everything should be coming in and up, okay? So we're not like sucking in like that. You see how my whole body lifted up? No, drop everything. Nothing needs to move. Your shoulders don't need to move. No other part of your body needs to move as your abs are flexing. You can also think of it as like someone's coming to punch you in the gut. What are you gonna do? You're gonna tighten up. So practice that in everything you do. Whenever you're setting yourself up, it goes for every movement. So if you're deadlifting, first thing you're gonna wanna do is tighten that core up, get those lats in place, and then lift up. But everything you really do should be, especially compound functional movements that we do, you're gonna be using your core, but it is important to do a few isolated core moves. So I'm gonna take you through some of, in my opinion, the best ones. Okay, so numero uno is the plank. Nothing beats a plank. And also a plank is a really good place to start if you're having trouble like flexing your core and really bringing those muscles together. The plank is a really good place to start. All right, so you're just on fours, so elbows directly underneath your chin, almost like you're in that push-up position, but you're gonna be on your elbows, nice tight body. You're gonna tuck your bottom in. I don't wanna see like none of this. Tuck that bottom in, and I'm gonna show you this when I'm on the floor, and then just brace that belly. And it's for time, so start with 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. A minute plank is good standard. All right, so let's just get it. Here, you see me? Yes. All right, so I'm on my forearms, feet about hip width apart. Nice tight tummy, and you see my butt is tucked in. So quads nice and tight, butt is tucked in. I'm not like doing none of this, okay? Turn everything in. Nice tight, hold it, and then again, like I said, work on your time. You can also modify it like this. So you saw how I just went down to my knees. You can modify it here, or just like a push-up. The more elevated you get, the modification, the easier it gets, so you can always modify there too. All right, moving along to some side planks. I know, planks. So planks are just such a good way to train your body. You don't need a lot of external weight whenever you're training core, okay? So side plank, same situation, except you're on your side, feet are lined up, hips are lined up, arm is directly underneath that shoulder, pop that hip up, and we just hold it here. All right, you can use a hand here in the beginning just as a little kickstand to help you if it's a little too tough for you to just stand straight up, or you can drop your knees. If you drop your knees, obviously it's gonna be a little bit easier because you have like half your way up. So, yep. And for that one, you need to do both sides. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some lower body or lower ab training, so it's gonna be single leg drops. Now, first thing I wanna focus on is activating that core, because that's really important to anything that you're doing on your back. So if you're doing crunches or sit-ups or leg lifts, it's really important that you turn your pelvis in and activate your core properly, okay? So let's start there. So we're flat on our back, right? I don't know if you can see it. So right now I have like a hole here, a little area that I can fit my hands into. Okay, we don't want that. So in order to do that, we need to turn as we're exhaling and really flexing that core, so we're turning at the same time. So and now my core is not only tight and strong and ready to move, but there's no space back here, okay? And that's where you want to be. All right, so now that we're here, legs up, arms up, nice tight tummy, and then you're gonna drop one leg at a time and bring it back up. So let your heel hit the ground before you pull it back up, okay? Nice and slow, okay? You don't need to be like this, because you can probably do this all day. So nice tight core, drop it one leg at a time and pull it up. Drop it one leg at a time, pull it up. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, you've all probably done these before, a little Russian twist action, but I want to fix that form. Words. I want to fix that form for you, because this is a really easy movement that we all kind of, you know, mess up. It's easy to mess up, so no big deal. All right, so we start here. You can either have your heels on the ground, or you can have your heels up, a little bit more advanced. There's no right or wrong. Wherever you're at, do wherever you're at. Okay, so heels down. You can either have a small ball here, or just hold your hands into a fist. You want to lean back far enough so that way your core has to activate. So if I'm here, I'm not really using my core too much. If I'm way down here, I'm like I can barely hold myself up here. So I need to be where my core is nice and strong, it's flexed, but I have control over it, okay? So for me, it's about here. Now, from this position, you want to keep your hands really close to your center and then go from hip to hip, okay? Nice and controlled. Every rep counts. We don't need this. Because again, you could do this probably all day long, okay? So, if you're more advanced, okay, so remember, every rep counts. Nice and slow and controlled. Okay, last thing I want to show you is just a little bit something for your lower back, because your lower back is a part of your core. You need a strong lower back. You need a strong center to really help with other lifts, squat, overhead lifts, anything really. You need a strong center, so it's important to keep that back strong too. So for this one, we're just going to do some bird dog. So it's really simple. You just stand in this position. Again, we don't want like none of this. Turn that tummy nice and tight, and then we lift one arm up, opposite arm, opposite leg. Chin is tucked down. Return to start. Okay. Cool. Well, hope that helps, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Bye.